The group of LVT consists of LV Technology, public company in Thailand, as the main company, the mother company. We have joint venture company in USA, where we hold 33%, in India, where we hold 49%, in Brazil, where we hold 49%, in China, where we hold 50%, in LV Europe, where we hold 92%, and we have established a subsidiary of LVT in Thailand, using for our supervision services, mainly to protect ourselves against double taxation in countries where Thailand have no double taxation treaty. Altogether, the company employs about 450 people. During 2010, LVT took in a record amount of new jobs, so that the order backlog by end of June is coming close to 6 billion baht. In the 6 billion baht is included one signed contract where we are still waiting for the LC to be effective. The significant big orders were 2 jobs in Brazil, Apodi and Elizabeth, 2 jobs in Saudi Arabia, Al Humin and EPCC, job in Yemen, AYCC, and 2 jobs in Malaysia, SEMA in the north of Malaysia and CMS on Sarawak, East Malaysia. LNVT also in 2010 recovered from the crisis in 2008-2009, and they have a backlog more than 2 billion, corresponding Thai baht 3 billion rupee by end of 2010. LNVT still focuses mainly jobs in India, Middle East, from case to case, and Sri Lanka. Also, LNVT at the moment is negotiating a new job in Nepal. USA is hard hit by the recession, but even then BLVT still continue to bring in a small and steady income. LVLA in Brazil is in the booming market, where Brazil expects a very strong growth the next 5 years because of Olympic Games and World Cup. And LV China, we are getting more jobs at the moment for modification of plants in China, as well as we use LV China to source equipment. If you look at the global market for cement, normally you look at the cement volume excluding China, because China is a market very difficult for other countries to penetrate. There was a drop in the global demand for new factory in 2009, about 6% compared to 2008, but recovered in 2010 about 4%. But again, we expect 2011 to have a slowdown to come back to the 2009 level. There will be surplus of cement in some of the previously big demand countries such as UAE, Vietnam, India and Iran. This is the historical trend of new cement factories over the past 20 years, where you can see that the demand used to be for new factories around 20 to 30. But there was a very big boom together with very strong heated economy around 2006 to 2008, where the financial crisis in USA and Europe made the demand drop back to around 40 million. And we expect this level 40 million to be kept 2011 and most probably also 2012. But we don't see a growth into this area again. in the near future. In 2011, we have still obtained quite a good order intake, and we are negotiating a few other big jobs at present. So we expect our own activity level in 2011 for new orders to be approximately like 2010. Until now, we have signed orders this year for about 1.5 billion baht, and we target more than 4 billion for the whole year. One headache in the business today is that the financial crisis make currencies fluctuate very strongly. And some of the, you will see on our balance sheet, we always have one post we call unrealized loss of exchange rate, which is exchange rate of the portion outstanding that we are not able to cover by foreign exchange rate, forex. And we expect this fluctuation on gain or loss on foreign exchange rate to continue this year. But in some cases, the post you see as foreign exchange rate loss or gain is offset in an opposite direction of cost of the project. So even you see it on our balance sheet as a separate item, it might not be an item that affects the overall performance of the company, as it many times is offset by a reverse figure in the cost of the project. This shows more or less the way the company has developed over the last 10 years, where the company around 2000 was a company mainly doing what we call modification of VRM, vertical roller mills. Gradually has developed into a company that makes complete cement plants today. And last year, we had about 6% of the world market. If our forecast is correct for this year, we expect about 10% of the complete world market, which is quite substantial. The total contract revenue dropped in 2010. That was mainly because of low sales order intake in 2009. Basically, the result you see in 1 year is result of what happened the previous 2 years. So the result what happened in 2010 is actually coming from factors in 2008 and 2009. And you can see we are on the way to recover again in 2011, where we the first 6 months have almost the same revenue intake as all of 2008. And our total revenue booking for this year is expected to be on top of 3 billion baht. You can also see where the contract revenue is mainly in two areas, which is Asia and South America. And 2011, the amount has shifted a little bit to South America, but still our main area for new jobs are in Asia. And at this moment, the main active area in Asia is Malaysia, Myanmar, Iran, a little bit UAE. We normally try to see how is the revenue, where I book the revenue related to number of staff. You can see that if this is made only for 6 months, it means that if it had been the same value on a 12-month period, we will be on top of